So who do you hope is the vice president?
I personally love Carrie Lake.
Now, I have to ask, Mike Pence was Donald Trump's vice president, and Donald Trump almost got him, killed. Would you be worried about Carrie Lake?
Donald Trump did not.
Well, the people were chanting, hang Mike Pence.
And give me a break. Grow up.
Well, but then they actually went inside, to where he was and everything.
So what?
It's almost remarkable how open and honest they are.
Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
I'm telling you, if Pence caved, we're going to drag through the streets.
Bring out Pence! Bring out Pence! Bring Mike 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 Pence!
Because their fellow MAGA did chant this.
Were you worried about him during that siege? Were you worried about his safety?
No, I thought he was well protected, and I had heard that he was in good shape. Mm-hmm. No, because I had heard he was in very good shape. But no.
You heard those chants. That was terrible. I mean, those,
he could have. Well, the people were very angry.
They're saying, "Hang Mike Pence."
Because it's common sense.
And the former president did not give any inclination that he disagreed in an interview with journalist Jonathan Karl. It is outrageous stuff.
Pretty hot day today, right?
Yeah, it's hot. But
it's the all-time record for this date in Milwaukee.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm just here to support Trump, but
Did you catch a little bit of heat stroke earlier?
Yeah, I sure did. But I'll be all right.
What do you think about global warming?
I just don't believe it. I think it's all fake.
Okay.
Wonder where he got that from.
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax. Thank you, everybody.
It's depressing how the leader of a party cannot just secure one win for humanity because oil and gas cut his checks.
You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. When I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like?
No, I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible... The whole Bible is an incredible... I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time.
And yet they praise this guy, which results in this.
You think there should be books that are banned in school?
Books like that, yes, that are teaching children wrong moral values.
What about a book that says slavery is okay?
I have never seen a book that said slavery was okay.
What about a book where somebody sells their daughter into slavery for 200 foreskins? Would that be okay?
No, nothing on. No, like I said, good moral values is what needs to be taught. It needs to be brought back in.
Like books like the Bible?
The Bible would be an awesome one.
You think the Bible should be taught in school?
I do. It's history. It should be taught as a history class because that's what it is. It is a history book.
The two things I just said were from the Bible.
Slavery? Nah, you're right.
And the selling the daughter for foreskin.
That's true. You got a point there.
Then why won't you admit fault? Why is this so incredibly difficult for them? In the wake of the incident in Butler, PA, we heard an outcry from Republican lawmakers that language being used of Donald Trump being framed as a fascist who wants total authoritarian rule, leading to a registered Republican firing the shot. It is a bad faith, preposterous argument that, frankly, folks like Lester Holt and other mainstream outlets have taken the bait and ran with. It's despicable. Meanwhile, MAGA has some thoughts.
Treason for what he's doing to this country. He's purposely ruining it.
You think Joe Biden should be?
I think he should be for treason.
What has he done that's treasonous?
Look what he's doing to this country. He's ruining it.
What specifically?
Millions of illegal aliens terrorists. How many people have been killed already by some of these illegal aliens? It's ridiculous.
You think that's treason?
It's treason. It's what he's doing to this country. Absolutely. He's letting foreign terrorists, foreign invaders enter this country. And he's welcoming them into it.
What's the shirt mean?
Oh, they suck. They're the worst. They're the problem with this country.
What can we do to bridge the divide in the country?
Bridge the divide in the country? I don't know. Close the borders. Yeah.
With the divide between Americans, what can we do to bridge the divide between Americans?
I don't know. You want to help me out here?
Probably talk to each other more. Listen to each other.
Less name calling?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And the shirt says?
Liberals suck.
You see, they say this, then do this.
Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
The work that the Good Liars is doing is, in my opinion, vital. It's important to have a finger on the pulse with a comedic edge, as they do time and time again. Please, if you can and are willing, check out their live shows to stay up to date with their tour. Follow along for their video content on the following platforms: YouTube, their Reels on Instagram, short form stuff on TikTok, and make a donation to their Patreon. They are awesome. Let's update this story. And it's one that we covered on Argentina's players singing a racist song while on their team bus after winning the Copa America. What you saw was an Instagram live taken by a member of the team, Enzo Fernandez. And not only is he a player on the Argentina national team, he is also a member of English Premier League side Chelsea FC. The lyrics that these men sang, in case you missed it, go as follows. Listen, spread the word, they play in France, but they are all from Angola. They're going to run well. They like to sleep with trans people. Their mum is Nigerian. Their dad is Cameroonian. But on the passport, it says French. Fernandez has seen the backlash and issued a Dan Gilbert-style Comic Sans apology statement. I want to apologize sincerely for a video posted on my Instagram channel during the national team celebrations, he wrote. The song includes highly offensive language, and there's absolutely no excuse for these words. I stand against discrimination in all forms and apologize for getting caught up in the euphoria of our Copa America celebrations. That video, that moment, those words do not reflect my beliefs or my character. I am truly sorry. Okay, let's break this down. Where I think Fernandez misses the mark is that he gave himself an out by basically stating, as this Twitter user wrote, I apologize for being racist, but I was having too much fun. That is exactly how I read it as well. Stamp of approval to you. Now, here's where it gets very interesting, because there was chatter of how would he be welcome back if he was to Chelsea, because they have many black French footballers on their team. One of them spoke up, Wesley Fofana, a teammate of Enzo Fernandez's. He would tweet above the Fernandez video on Twitter, "Football in 2024, uninhibited racism." Additionally, as we would continue on, not just with Fofana, but also others, they would unfollow him on social media, clearly making a statement. And it is one that resonates with a lot of people in the year 2024. An unfollow is the ultimate sign of disrespect. His club would then release a statement of their own, which reads, "Chelsea Football Club finds all forms of discriminatory behavior completely unacceptable. We are proud to be a diverse, inclusive club where people from all cultures, communities, and identities feel welcome. We acknowledge and appreciate our players' public apology and will use this as an opportunity to educate. The club has instigated an internal disciplinary procedure." That's when Darren Lewis would put out a very thoughtful tweet that I want to read to all of you. So Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez has apologized for his part in singing a song with his Argentina teammates. So racist, his black clubmates have unfollowed and condemned him publicly. The trouble with his apology is that it's hard to be against discrimination in all forms when you're captured among the people doing the discriminating. Also, that video, those words, which everyone singing appeared to know word for word, and your black clubmates' unprecedented reaction would appear to suggest, it does reflect your beliefs and your character. That's another thing that I realized was this song, according to the reports, came out in the year 2022 when Argentina defeated France to win the World Cup in Qatar, and they sang this song. So this, let's just go over how someone reflects and understands, comprehends, and belts out a song. They memorize it. Redefinition, I know every word. It's through memory. So this shows that they sing it a lot because you're not going to learn a song the first time you do it or the second time you do it. And potentially even practiced it. I'll save my thoughts for after. Meanwhile, the French Football Federation would release the following statement. The president of the FFF condemns in the strongest terms the unacceptable, racist, and discriminatory remarks which were made against players of the French team in the form of a chant sung by the players and supporters of the Argentinian team after their victory in the Copa America, which was shared in a video on social media. The president of the French Football Federation decided to directly appeal to his Argentinian counterpart and FIFA and to file a legal complaint for racially offensive and discriminatory remarks. As of this taping, by the way, which I think should be spelled out for everybody, Lionel Messi has not said a word when it comes to this. There's also chatter. Was he on the team bus? Was he not on the team bus? That still remains unclear. There are many people who, to be quite frank, are speculating that he was or was not. At this point, completely unclear. We don't have any confirmation. Would it make sense that he would potentially not be on the team bus? Because to my understanding, it may have been headed for the airport and he plays for Miami of MLS. Yeah, that would make sense. Would he also be celebrating with his teammates? That also makes sense to me too. So no word as of right now. Look, I could even Google it, but no word as of right now if Lionel Messi has decided to make a statement or not. As I am seeing, he has not. He has been asked to apologize, according to The Hill, according to ABC News, but I'm not seeing anything from him. So one would have to think that the saying goes, silence is deafening. I would expect him to say something because it is important as not just a leader, but also one of the best soccer players we've ever seen, to stand up to this. It is embarrassing that this is a team that has been so good, so dominant, winning the Copa, winning the World Cup. And yet this is how they turn around and just say, please don't like us. None of us want you to like us. I mean, I'm baffled by it. You are beloved. The world is on your shoulders. You are viewed as one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world. And now you are putting this out. And let me also say, it was not just Enzo Fernandez who was singing the song. We heard other players' voices. Who they are, not sure. But I know I know damn well that there should be other punishments. And those players should be identified. Enzo Fernandez is in the wrong. No one is letting him off the hook. He just shouldn't be the lone wolf in all this. There should be further punishments. However, FIFA under Gianni Infantino's reign has been abysmal. I am gay. I am a migrant worker. Like, do you expect anything from that guy? The answer is obviously no. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
We become totally unhinged if Donald Trump is not elected in November.
Just from what we've seen so far at the RNC, we don't have to wait until November to see the Republican Party get completely unhinged.
They can't even define what a woman is. Today, due to bold leadership, the Democratic Party lies in ruins. The left is in retreat. Freedom reigns supreme. The woke mind virus is dead.
Hey everybody, my name is Tim Sheehy. Those are also my pronouns. I've been a he-she for 38 years, and I can promise you going to elementary school with that name in the 80s was not fun.
My name is Nancy. Don't call me Pelosi. Mace.
You could tell she was really proud of that one.
And our message to Gen Z is this. You're going to be the generation that actually saves this country. You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative. Say you want to get married, have kids, teach them to believe in God and pledge allegiance to their country. Because you know what? Fear has been infectious in this country, but courage can be contagious too. That too is what it means to be an American.
Vivek, how has nobody thought of this before? Nothing says sticking it to the man quite like literally becoming the man and working to actively perpetuate and strengthen the systems that are currently oppressing you. How stupid does Ramaswamy think Gen Z voters are? Broadly speaking, they are an overwhelmingly progressive/leftist voting bloc that wants structural change to the country. Not for some slimeball grifter like this dude to insult their intelligence and hijack the counterculture image that real leftists have worked tirelessly to build and maintain for generations. And speaking of insulting the intelligence of young people.
And I believe the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters. I realized Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all love.
The RNC trotted out Amber Rose, a social media influencer and accused crypto scammer, to try to win over a younger and more diverse crowd. Though anyone with more than 2 brain cells can see that she's just in it for the money and online engagement and is following the right-wing celebrity playbook to a T.
We need to expose the Democrats' corruption, and better yet, the Biden family's corruption. And guess what? I know just the man for that job. Donald J. Trump has only one conviction that matters, and that is his conviction to make America great again. Thank you, and God bless America.
Also in attendance was reality TV star Savannah Chrisley of the show Chrisley Knows Best, whose parents, Todd and Julie, were found guilty of federal wire fraud, bank fraud, and tax evasion charges, and were initially sentenced to a combined 19 years in federal prison. While it's second nature for the RNC to prop up as many literal criminal families as possible, it is still astounding that the base is so out of touch and blind to the truth about the celebrities and political figures they worship. But we all know law and order doesn't matter when you're cheating on your taxes, scamming your fellow Americans, or trading stocks and making investments with confidential insider information.
Inflation has gotten so bad, you can no longer bribe Democrat senators with cash alone. You have to use gold bars.
And also, what's going on with Matt Gaetz's face? Seriously, we believe that anyone, including conservative demons like him, should have access to safe and well-regulated gender-affirming care and have no problems with elective cosmetic surgeries. But we do have a huge problem with politicians like him, not only for allegedly paying a 17-year-old girl on Venmo to hook up with him, but for smearing the trans community, drag queens, and the broader LGBTQ plus coalition as child abusers, for advocating for access to gender-affirming care for qualifying minors and the protection of LGBTQ plus youths.
Greatest hits about the 2020 election being stolen. No one's mentioning it. Political grievances, weaponizing government. Nobody's mentioning it. Nobody's calling the January 6th rioters patriots or hostages. All of that seems to have been excised from what the Republican Party is trying to portray here on this stage. It is notable.
The Republican National Committee did urge some of these speakers to tone down their language in these speeches, and so clearly we're hearing a reflection of that in these speeches. It represents a shift. It is so notable that these speeches are toned down and devoid of some of that typical red meat that you hear from former President Trump and from his allies.
And when you have a complicit media like this, laundering Trump's image and running defense for the years and years of unhinged, violent rhetoric from the right and reframing the conversations, moments like this will fly under the radar.
As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now. You're damn right.
And we cannot allow the many millions of illegal aliens they've allowed to cross our borders to harm our citizens, drain our resources, or disrupt our elections. We will not allow it.
Biden and Harris want illegals to vote now that they've opened up the border. Republicans will repass the SAVE Act to block illegal aliens from voting in our elections.
We are facing an invasion on our southern border. Not figuratively, a literal invasion. Every day, Americans are dying. Murdered, assaulted, raped by illegal immigrants that the Democrats have released.
And then the Democrats flooded this country with millions of illegal aliens. So citizens had to compete with people who shouldn't even be here for precious housing.
Trump's new vice president, J.D. Vance, couldn't help but get in on the anti-immigrant dogpile, though he is married to an immigrant himself. Don't let the rhetoric, celebrities, and the media get in the way of seeing the reality of what the Republican Party is truly all about.